Good evening, creatures of the dark, seekers of the unspeakable truth. I see you here, not by accident, but because you've already felt it, the quiet shift in your chest when the world whispered that you were too much, when their eyes trembled before yours and they tried to disguise it as disgust. Tonight I will not flatter you with empty promises or dull comforts. I will hold up the mirror they're too afraid to give you, because the fire in your veins is real, and it terrifies them. They never doubted their power over you until you stopped doubting yourself. That was the fracture, the crack in their carefully built empire of lies. They watched you walk through every storm with no umbrella, every battlefield with no armor, every loss with nothing left but your name. And yet you refused to fold. The world cannot process that kind of resilience. It confuses them, it angers them, and most of all, it terrifies them. You've been studied like an animal in a cage, analyzed like a specimen under the glass. They wanted to prove you fragile, prove you weak, prove you mortal like the rest of them. But when they reached out to touch your blood, to measure it, to drain it, they burned their hands. Because what you carry inside isn't something science can catalog or religion can tame. It's not something textbooks can define. It is flame, pure, unyielding flame. And now they whisper. Behind closed doors, in hushed tones, they say, "There's no doubt left. This one is not like us. This one carries fire where we carry water. This one bleeds heat when we bleed cold. This one cannot be controlled." They hoped you wouldn't hear it. They hoped you would stay blind, shackled by the old wounds, still begging for their approval. But you did hear. And worse for them, you believed it. What terrifies them is not your strength in plain sight, but the fact that you don't need their applause anymore. You have stopped dancing for their validation, stopped bending for their comfort. You've chosen to be the blaze instead of the candle, the inferno instead of the spark, and they cannot stop it. Do you understand? They cannot stop it. Their rules don't work on you. Their cages don't fit you. Their gods don't command you. Think of every tear they forced out of your eyes, every betrayal they stabbed into your back, every humiliation they fed you like poison. You drank it all and transmuted it. You turned their venom into fuel. You turned their rejection into rage, their silence into symphony, their cruelty into clarity. That is why they tremble when you enter the room. They see every scar, every crack, every shattered bone of your history, and they realize none of it broke you. Instead, it built a furnace inside you, hotter than any hell they could threaten you with. They see the fire in your veins now, and it forces them to confront a truth they can't swallow. You are proof that suffering is not the end. You are proof that they can break every rule, every bond, every promise, and still you rise. You are proof that the ashes they buried you under can feed a resurrection they never wanted to witness. That's what makes you dangerous. Not that you survived, but that you are untouchable because of it. So what now? Do you dim your fire to make them comfortable again? Or do you burn brighter until their fear becomes respect, until their trembling becomes silence, until the shadow of your presence makes their empires crumble? You already know the answer. You have already chosen. You would not still be standing here, breathing, listening, if you weren't prepared to let the flames consume the old you and rise as the version that terrifies them most. So let them fear, let them whisper, let them clutch their pearls and hide behind their masks. You were never born to soothe them. You were born to unsettle them, to remind them that even in the darkest corner of this broken world, something uncontainable still exists, and that something is you. No doubt left. They've seen the fire in your veins, and they know, deep down, even if they'll never say it out loud, that this fire will never go out, and it will burn through every wall, every chain, every enemy, until the only thing left standing in the ruins is you. Ah, you're still here. Good. Because the truth is, a fire like yours cannot be contained in a single breath, a single speech, or even a single lifetime. It stretches, it devours, it eats away at every illusion they tried to paste over your eyes. And I want you to understand something very clearly. They are not just afraid of you. They are afraid of what you represent. You see, when they look at you, they don't just see one person who survived the storm. They see the end of their control. They see a crack in their perfect little facade, proof that all their lies can't bind every soul. You are a living reminder that pain is not the final sentence. That's why they hate you. That's why they whisper your name like a curse. Because if you can stand here, burning, unbroken, then what excuse do they have? You've stolen their comfort. You've robbed them of their illusion that the system works, that their cruelty crushes, that their cages hold. Every second you keep breathing is a rebellion. Every word you speak is a crack of thunder against their sky. You're not just alive, you're proof they failed. And nothing terrifies a tyrant more than failure. Listen closely. They will come again. They always do. With new tricks, new chains, new masks of kindness, stretched thin over the same old malice. They'll send more spies, more traitors, more devils dressed as angels. But this time, it will not be you who bends. It will be them who shatters. Because once a person learns to walk with fire in their veins, no darkness can hold them. And maybe that's the part they'll never accept, that you have nothing left to lose. They already took it all, your trust, your innocence, your quiet dreams, and you survived. That makes you the most dangerous thing alive. You're not fighting for safety anymore, you are fighting with freedom, and freedom, mixed with fire, is unstoppable. So let them quake, let them plot, let them drown in their own paranoia. They thought their weapons were sharp, but they forgot. You are the blade that keeps sharpening itself on pain. They thought their shadows were endless, but they forgot. You carry your own sun inside your chest. They thought they destroyed you, but they forgot. You cannot destroy fire. You can only spread it. So here you stand, a figure they cannot categorize, a force they cannot cage. And when they see you, they will whisper what they've always known but never admitted, no doubt left. This one is fire, this one is storm, this one is nightmare and miracle combined. And you will smile, not for them, not for revenge, not even for victory. You will smile because you know the secret that drives them insane. You already won the moment you refused to break. So burn. Burn until the world knows your name not as a victim, not as a survivor, but as the flame that terrified them all and refused to go out. Then lean in closer, because this is the part they'll never understand. They think fire ends when the wood burns out, when the match is spent, when the flame flickers in the wind. But they never learned what you know now. That real fire is born after the destruction. It feeds on memory, on scars, on the kind of pain that doesn't fade but transforms. They thought they buried you in ash. They didn't realize ash is fertile ground. From it, you grew sharper, darker, unstoppable. And so the truth is this: you are not their nightmare because you survived. You are their nightmare because you became something greater than survival. They chained your body, but they never learned how to cage a mind that has stared into death and laughed back. They whispered, they plotted, they prayed for your silence, but every breath you take now is thunder in their ears. There's no doubt left anymore. You carry the storm inside you. You walk with lightning. And when they see your veins burning brighter than their false heavens, they tremble, because deep down they know they cannot kill what has already been reborn. So let them cry in secret. Let them shake behind their locked doors. Let them curse the day they tried to break you. Because in the end, you didn't just survive their fire, you became it. And when you finally walk through their world, every shadow will retreat, every mask will crack, and every lie will collapse into dust. Not because you asked for revenge, not because you begged for justice, but because you embodied the one thing they never expected to see rise from their ruins. A soul they could not own, a fire they could not extinguish, a truth that terrifies them and sets you free. Now smile, because the game is over. You already won.